Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Shamar Yah. All right. I'd like to start off giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect men of Yasharallah scattered across the four corners of the planet Earth, diligently teaching this word in truth and in sincerity, risking their lives and livelihoods to do so, especially in these last days and times. All right. Shalom to the sisters and the children who watch and who learn as well. Now, Esau has, he sent out the AI bots, okay? Sent out his demons, all right? And so this Mobizin app has been closing uh, for the last couple of days on these videos. All right. And so I'm gonna try to do a video now. Okay. Um, and if it goes through, it does, and if not, then you know, I'll have to try to find some type of remedy to the situation or the cause. All right. That this devil. He's cut, man. This was an interesting lesson. All right, and the title of this lesson will be Hebrew Israelites plan. All right, the plan for the real plan for generational wealth. Okay, the real plan for generational wealth. All right, and obtaining wealth. All right. Uh, and I'm going into this title because of a comment that this um, celebrity, Ebony K. Williams, all right, made about bus drivers. All right. And, let me, all right, let me go to the article, maybe the original article. Okay, it says Ebony K. Williams tells uh Iyanla, okay, Van Zant she wouldn't date a bus driver unless he owned the bus. Okay, and so you know you see her there on the left. All right, and I don't know if that's her hair or not her hair, but I'm not here to um to down this sister, all right, this black woman, all right, um because what she said, it's it makes sense. Now, it kind of what she said, it kind of hit home, because I am a you know a bus driver myself, all right. And so you know I totally agree with her. Okay, I totally agree with her. You know uh you know you don't want to date anybody unless they own, unless they're well to do. All right. And I don't know if I know that she is a lawyer. I don't know if she owns her, maybe she owns her own practice. All right, I don't know. Okay, but I can tell you what. All right, um you know even if she does, okay, even if she does, Jake, um, you know, Jake around Esau is just despicable, man. All right, to say the least. All right, and let's go into what she said. All right. It says, former The Real Housewives of New York City star and TV commentator Ebony K. Williams told life coach Ayanna Van Zant she wouldn't date a bus driver unless he owns the bus, sparking a bevy of reactions from social media, users. Okay, because and hey, I don't know uh too many Jakes that own anything, all right, and that's why we're going into this topic, all right. But you know, this is the mind state of our people, man. Our people are in such a destroyed, all right, state of being, man. All right. Um, DJ Envy Ebony debate men and mediocrity following bus driver comment. All right. Heated convo. Let's check this out. Okay. Comments. Envy alleges attorney blasted blue collar workers. All right. And this is her job. Now, when the MOTB comes, all right, she will no doubt take the mark of the beast. All right, she will be one of those women to take the mark of the beast. Okay. Um, let's see. This is Ebony K. Williams has tripled down on comments asserting she wouldn't date a bus driver unless he owned the bus. And she's reviving up social media shade once again. All right. Okay. After feeling the initial fallout from her statement, the attorney elaborated in a video stating numerous things, including that average is not and will never be good enough. Okay. And right now, okay, these women, man, they are terrible. Okay, they're terrible. All right, now once this Fed now kicks in, all right, once this Fed now, because the apostle Ramlab, okay, went into a story about the pigs of Hoiki Manoiki. Now I'm shifting focus right now to tell you about it, this story, and it's amazing how, okay, the spirit just, throws things out there, okay. Uh, Now I'm going to share with you the story of the pigs of Hoiki Manoiki, all right. Now you had this, could have been an Edomite trapper or whoever, okay. We're going to say in this instance, okay, the hunter is an Edomite because that's who hunt these pigs for the most part. Okay, Jake hunts them, these feral pigs uh or wild boars. All right, Esau hunts them. All right, and they claim that they have a better, more leaner type of meat. Okay, but no matter, even if that is the point, okay, it's a swine, and you are not supposed to eat it. See, and that's what this devil does. Okay, whatever the Most High, deem that's, not to be done, this devil seeks out a way to, let it slide or change it, and go against, the Most High. All right. And so there were these very intelligent pigs that were on this plot of land. All right. And they would come in and go out, and as they pleased, and then the hunter, he started feeding, leaving out feed for these pigs. All right. And in a process of time, these pigs, smaller groups of 3 or 4 would start eating the corn, and then they would go away, and then come back, and it got to the point to where more and more pigs were feeling comfortable coming in to eat this corn. All right. And then soon they began to ignore that this hunter, okay, was on their trail, on their tracks. And so what the hunter did was, all this time, he would build a gate, or an embankment or encampment surrounding these pigs. And the more he fed them and the more comfortable they got, the more he closed in the gate, until finally, through the process of time, these pigs were, closer to him, okay, and they were, pretty much domesticated, okay. They were no longer wild and running around. Now they were domesticated, and weren't hunting, okay. They were depending, okay. He could feed these pigs from his hand, pretty much, okay. And that's the same way with 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You have depended and fell upon the dainties of this devil, okay? The dainties that he's giving you, okay? If he gives you if he gives you credit, because when you meet older Jakes, before, older Jakes didn't have credit, okay? They bought in, everything that they had from money. They purchased it with money, all right? But now you have Esau, Jake don't want to work, and they get the link card, the government assistance, and it's making Jake pretty much, lazy, man. Okay. And now, our people are to the point to where they totally depend on Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right. Now, let me get a scripture real quick. Okay, it's still recording. Um, Um, all right, this is Jeremiah 51 and 58. All right. Hold on. All right, this is Jeremiah 51 and 58. Salakia. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken. All right. And her high gates shall be burned with fire. And the people, all right, this is the point, and the people, okay, because America is Babylon, all right? America is Babylon the Great, okay? So, spiritually, all right? It says, and the people shall labor in vain, okay? And the folk in the fire, and they shall be weary, all right? And, Jake is really very weary right now, okay? um, Man, there's a lot going on, especially here in, Chicago. Okay, you got, Jake just, out for straight up, bloody, blood, man. All right. And this is happening it's been happening all over the world. You got, small cities, towns, in other states where this is, going, but it's going reported. Okay, they're not reporting on this. Okay, because they're polarizing. Okay, what these few Jakes are doing. All right, and they're polarizing this in the media. All right, so that people in other places see it, because our people have a problem of trying to replicate negative things. Okay, they can't be outbeat, outdone. All right, and so you know you may have states in like Mississippi. You have parts of Mississippi, little cities down in Mississippi, and Louisiana, where there's not that many people, but there's violence in these little towns and in these little cities. All right, gun violence. All right, but it's still the same violence. It's so-called black on black. All right, and so all of this is Esau's plan. All right, so um, let's look at uh, Esau's plan. All right. How did the so-called, and this is for Ebony K. Williams, all right? How did the so-called white man, okay, come into his generational wealth? What was his wealth strategy? All right. Um, one of their strategies was war. Okay. War was a strategy. Okay. If you want to really be free, okay, because she told DJ Envy, She told DJ Envy that you know, we should be looking for liberation. All right, and I agree. Jake should be out here. Jake is like her. She's not looking for true liberation. All right, Jake doesn't know what liberation. I'm not. Again, the first few times I went into all of that with this video, okay? But this topic, just I just had to address it in the slight, all right? Because they keep cutting it off, all right? But Jake is not interested in liberation, okay? Jake just wants things to be comfortable. He doesn't mind the prison, the slavery, okay? As long as he feels good, you know, doing it, okay? As long as he have a feel good feeling, all right, then he's okay, all right. He's okay with it. He's okay with actually being poor, okay. Now let's go back to see. Did it go off? Oh, okay, it did. I thought it went off. So see, let's go back to Esau's strategy. All right. So this is the last great strategy for wealth. This is how the West was won. All right. So of course, you had war. Okay, you had papal bulls. Okay, which gave, these Edomites uh, power called eminent domain. All right, in which they were able to, take over the land. I think it's intimate domain or the Magna Carta, something like that. One of them, all right, in which they were able to take over, the lands, the lands that they found here in Babylon the Great, okay. And then, another strategy that they used, okay. So that's one, okay. They had, war, which in turn got them land. Okay, they went to war with who? The Native Americans who were already here. Not only the Native Americans, but with the whole northern tribe of Israel. Okay, they went to war with the with the Native Americans and with the Northern Kingdom, so-called Hispanics. Okay, and Latinos. All right, they went to war with them and put them in slavery and did what? And took their land. So that was a strategy for wealth that they were able to pull off and accomplish. Okay. Another thing they did was, to build up, their money was they owned slaves. Okay. They went and kidnapped the Southern Kingdom. Okay. Once they got the land, then they went and kidnapped uh, the Southern Kingdom, which are the so-called Negroes. All right. So I hope you're paying attention, Ebony, because this is the strategy for that what you're doing is nothing. Okay, you're doing what Jake has been doing. That's average. That's below average. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you that I'm being honest with you that the bus driver actually has it better because they own a license. That bus, that CDL license is very important. It's part of the blood of America. Okay, being a lawyer or doing what you do. Okay, is it you know it's really not that important. Okay, because America don't they really don't use lawyers, man. Okay, they really don't use the skill sets that you have. When it comes down to it, America is about war. Okay, about war and strategy. Okay, And so, slaves are a form of free labor. Okay. And free labor is key. Okay. Free labor is very key because if you if you don't own slaves, it's because you are a slave. Okay. If you don't own a slave, and it's because you are a slave. All right. And I'm a slave. Ebony, you are a slave. Okay. It doesn't matter what type of junk that you own. Okay. Because what you own is pure junk. Okay. It's just stuff. All right. um Slaves and free labor is key. That's very essential. Okay. uh you have they have the ability to murder. Okay. And that's what the so-called white man has done. He's murdered, raped, and robbed the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American, and silenced them. Okay. You have to be, he has the power to silence the opposition to those who oppose him, the competition as well. Okay. Robbery. Okay. Steal slaves and more slaves. Okay. And the religion. Okay. Religion. Okay. Keep slaves believing in you. And you can look at her and tell that, you see the hand sign that she's doing. All right. So she's probably an Eastern star, okay? And, you know, she's plugged, man. A lot of these people are plugged, all right? And, you have people who watch the video to say, oh, man, they think they know more than that person's family talking about their this or their that. But these people are plugged. That's why they're in the spotlight, okay? They're juiced in with the elites, okay? They're set up. So religion, okay, keeps the slaves believing in Esau, okay, in their oppressors, and they have been using that form, all right, of religion for hundreds of years, okay. And then you have Hebrew Israelites running around and calling upon the name Jesus and saying Christ, okay. That's what the slave. That's a two syllable word that has no meaning. G has no meaning and Seuss has no meaning. All right. So this religion, this Christianity is what has guided, okay, what has guided the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American um, into how things should be, into how they should operate, into how they should move, okay, here in the West. All of that comes from religion, okay, out of Christianity. Because, it doesn't matter if you're a Hebrew Israelite, if you're a Muslim, all right, your wife, okay, or your husband, okay, more than likely would have had some Christian background, okay? So you keep slaves believing in you for generations. This is generational wealth. That's right. That's why you don't see so-called Negroes, Hispanics, or Native Americans running up on Edomites. Okay? because Esau has totally, uh, have Jake totally gone, man, totally in a stupor, man. All right, they're like zombies now. Okay, behind this devil. Okay, and education. Okay, the education system, the fools system. Okay, you have to own all of these things, Ebony. Okay, you have to own all of these things, Ebony. This is what generational wealth looks like. This is how you uh, achieve generational wealth. Okay, this is how you achieve it. Okay, and education. Okay, education is also a key factor in generational wealth. Okay, because education, you teach, you know, your slaves and whoever else who's the boss. Okay, you teach them who's the boss, and they learn this from an early age. Okay, you give them a color scale. You say you're white and you're pure, you're godly, you're holy. Okay, and then you come up, you make up another class, and you say everyone that's brown skinned is automatically in this class of black. Okay, and everything that's negative that comes with being black. Okay, you want to start talking about generational wealth, or wealth period. You have to, you know that has to be your recipe: war, slaves, murder, robbery, religion, and education. You have to control these things. Okay, now here in the West, you have a lot of millionaires and billionaires, out of so-called, out of so-called Negroes. You don't have a lot. You have a handful. All right, enough. Okay, but yet and still, you don't see any black-owned shipping companies. Okay, real estate is owning the land rights, not having they give you a piece of paper, and that's not the true deed. You don't get a true deed for your home or property here in Babylon the Great. Okay, you have to have access to railroads and uh, shipping ports. Okay, airways. Okay, and waterways. Okay, and the scriptures say you can own slaves. Okay, it goes in and gives you, okay, how you must treat your slave, what the do's and don'ts when you own slaves, and what slaves to not own. Okay, which would be the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because as the scriptures say, touch not mine anointed. Okay, and Israel is the apple of the Lord's eye. Okay, you have put the apple of the Lord's eye into slavery, and so you're going to pay. You're definitely going to pay. So I guess this Mobby Zen is back working again. um this was just a quick video. All right, and Lord willing, you're edified. Till next time, shalom.